Morning, welcome to my Tireside Chat. It is Friday, June 20th, 2025. I'm on my way to work, per usual. Fortunately, somehow, unfortunately, and fortunately at the same time. Unfortunately, because I got to go to work and I'd rather be doing other things. Fortunately, because I have a job, and it's a good job. So there's that. That's life. In case you're wondering how I got this mark on my face here, my coworker beat me up. No, I'm just kidding. That's the running joke though that we're going with. Shaylin and I had to. We went in yesterday morning at 6:30 to remove and replace one of our firewalls and our server rack in the server room. And the server rack, the last MSP that we had that set all that up and maintained it for years and years, they left the cabling was just a mess. And in the front of the rack where you have to, if you want to try to remove any equipment or put in any equipment, there's like this curtain of cables. Really, dude? There's nobody coming. Go. Yeah, just take your time. All right. There's this curtain of cables, and so we had to go in early just in case, because there was a couple of them that we had to disconnect and get out of the way so that we could get to the firewall. So we went in early, so like in case we wound up taking things down, we wouldn't disrupt too many people there at the office, and also. Where the rack is, it's kind of a small room. It's like maybe 12 feet by 6 or 8, and there's two racks. There's the primary one, like the core switches and everything else, and then the access rack with all the access switches, where all the network drops from the floor come to, and they're like so close together that in order for us to pull out a full depth firewall, you wouldn't have enough room. So we had to re-angle the one rack so that we'd be able to pull the firewall out and there'd be room. And in doing that, Shaylin, I guess, had left. She had her laptop in there on top of the rack because she was working on something the day before or whatever. And it was like plugged into something, and as I was moving it, and she was standing right there, as I was moving it, the laptop fell off the top of the rack and hit me in the face, and it kind of like bounced off my face. I think I caught the laptop, yeah, but I was in shock when it hit me, because it was just like out. I didn't even notice the laptop there. Dude, move. Oh, this guy's on his phone. I didn't notice the laptop there, and I'm just like, 1 second I was moving the rack, and the next one, like, something hit me in the face, and like right on my nose, the tip of my top of my nose here, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," and I was like, "It's okay. What happened?" She's like, "Are you hurt?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't think so. And I was like, "Oh, it's bleeding a little bit," and it wasn't bad, but yeah, it just kind of surprised me. And now I've got this. Yeah, and every time now I walk around the office, everyone looks at me, and they're being polite and not saying anything, but I can tell they're staring at my face, wondering what the hell happened. And so I have to explain. I was like, in case you're wondering about my face, a laptop fell on me. So moving on. So it's Friday. Danielle and I'm going to work for a few hours and then leaving. And we're going to Pismo today. Staying 3 nights at the Seacrest, just me and her. It still hasn't sunk in. I don't think it's going to sink in until I'm like there. Maybe when we're leaving. I barely packed anything. I just kind of started packing. So I'm going to leave work at like noon and go home. It won't take us long. I just got to figure out what stuff I want to take. We're going to be there until take my bass, or one of my basses. What, dude? Make room. I need to practice a little bit. The new band I'm in, we've actually, Eric, our guitarist, Eric Segardia, really fantastic guitarist, and he keeps coming up with riffs. And like he'll show up like almost every week. We show up to practice, and he's like, "Oh, I got this new riff," and I'm like, "All right, that's cool." And then he's got like 2 or 3 different parts to go with that riff, and so it's like the foundations of songs. We have one that he started started working on back like in January that I really like, and gave it a title. What was it? Damn it, I'm drawing a blank now. Anyways, so we're not able to practice this weekend, obviously, because I'm going to be out of town. So I'm going to practice next week. But I told him, I was like, maybe in the meantime, what you could do is, he likes to just like make videos of his ideas and then text them to us. I was like, why don't you make a video, if you could, with like the parts for the 3 different songs, slow it down a little bit, because he plays really fast. I mean, he's like lightning fast, like he shreds. The person in front of me is driving with her turn signal on. Anyways, and so he slows it down, and then I said, well, that way, like, I can watch the parts and practice them, and then maybe try to come up with solidifying the progression of the different parts, and forming them into a solid song. The 2, I think, that need it. But I really need like a day where I just sit down and focus on that for like 4 hours straight, and then like writing parts for those songs and vocals. My problem is like, yes, like the minute that we're done with practice, then I don't think about music for like the whole next following week until it's time to practice again lately. Well, I just have too many other things going on, or just have trouble focusing, or what? Or I'm just not that excited about it. It's not really the case. I love playing music. I don't know. Anyway, so that's happening. So we're going to Pismo. Excited about that. We don't have any like big plans. Oh, we are meeting Saturday, tomorrow night. We are meeting Doug. I keep calling him my boss. It's not technically, he's still my boss. He's the IT director, but for all practical purposes, I report to the CFO, and for all practical purposes, I've been the IT director since like the beginning of last year. That's a whole other story. We were supposed to be restructuring the IT department, and I'd be getting a job title change, and so would Shaylin, like back in March of this year. It keeps getting pushed back because they can't decide how they want to restructure it, and then it turned into I probably shouldn't talk about this too much on my YouTube channel, but in any case, it's fine. Things are going well at work, so again, moving on. It's okay. What else was I going to talk about today? Dean left yesterday. He went to go with his mom up to Willits, 6 hours north of here. He's staying with her until July 21st. That's just like the longest time by far that he's ever been up there. He seemed pretty excited, actually. He's going to be spending time with Brooks' new boyfriend, Danny, I think it is. Who seems like a good guy. step parent doesn't count unless they've like legally adopted them or something, or they have legal guardianship, which is just being a step parent doesn't automatically make you a legal guardian as far as that's concerned. Apparently, I was not aware of that. Anyway, so we met him. Seems like a good guy. I guess he has a ranch up there in Willits, and Dean he's like, I'm gonna be helping Danny on the ranch. He's gonna put me to work. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And he seemed like excited to go and do that. Which, what kid is normally excited about going to work on a ranch on summer vacation? But that's Dean. He's like, so motivated and he's hardworking and just such a good kid. But we're gonna miss him. We're not used to him being gone that long. Like 2 weeks is one thing, but this is 4 or 5 weeks. He's gonna be gone. So yeah. So we gave him a big hug goodbye and told him I'll be in touch with him. I already texted him yesterday to make sure he got there all right, and he responded finally at like 10 o'clock and said that they were there. I think they had gotten there earlier than that. He just wasn't looking at his phone or something. But so that, and Kaya Ray's back, so it's just the three of us at the house. She'll have the house to herself all weekend until we're back on Monday. I told her, she's probably gonna have some friends over, and I told her to use the pool. I got the pool all cleaned up yesterday, and I said use the pool. That water, it's not good when it's just stagnant. So much other stuff going on. Well, I'm at Sprouts. I wanted to run in here before I got to the office and pick up a few things for our trip. And so I'm gonna go do that. So I guess I'm cutting it short. There's more stuff I could talk about, but that's okay. Love you all. Have a great weekend. I'll be at the beach if you need me with my phone turned off. So sorry. Bye.